Well, welcome back to another episode of Whitney's World Podcast. I'm your host, Whitney Morgan Ward, and I am so thankful that you have tuned in to this episode wherever you're at on this planet. Thank you so much for joining in on my journey. So, guys, this is episode number 52. That is mind blowing to me. And I'm so thankful for everyone's support. My podcast is growing. I am so thankful for everyone who listens, comments, shares this message with someone that you know. This message and this podcast is for you and me. I can't explain to you guys how much I've grown from this journey and how grateful I am for doing this, putting myself out there, believing in myself, believing in manifestation and the powers that be. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your love and support. You guys really mean the world to me. So on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Don't forget, it really helps me push this message out to people. Last week, I actually reached more people that weren't following me than ever before. So thank you guys for your support. And if you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, make sure you guys leave your girl a review. I read them, love them, and I appreciate them so much. So this is today, because I record on Mondays and my podcast is released on Wednesdays. I got to keep it up with the W theme, and Whitney Wednesday is kind of what I call this. So I want to tell you guys that today is officially 5 weeks that I've not drank any alcohol. Now, I want to share something with you. It has been a long time that I've actually set a goal to not drink and obtained it. I want to say the last time that I went a month without drinking was when I was 23 years old, and I'm 31 now, so that was a long time ago. And I am just so proud of myself. I have a career, if you don't know, and this is your first time listening to me. Right now, I sell real estate. And real estate, we have events, we have networking things. I'm always trying to be out and about and meeting people. And it seems like alcohol is always the point of attraction. And so I have just kind of been stuck in my own head and in my own world, not being able to just not drink. And finally, based off my intuition, right after my 31st birthday, I felt like I needed to just stop drinking for a while. And so I've done that. And I feel absolutely incredible. I for sure have lost weight. I don't feel hungover anymore. I feel like I just have so much more energy. And I can't tell you how it makes my body just feel lighter. I just feel lighter. I feel brighter. I feel overall better health and just wellness. My body has just been changing, I feel all for the better. And the easier, the longer it goes, the easier it is for me to say no. So if anyone out there is thinking about not drinking and maybe you have a lifestyle where you kind of drink a lot, just set an intention. I do believe that the best way to overcome obstacles in our lives is when we set an intention. And for me, my intention with not drinking was from the day after my birthday and then July 4th. So that for me has made it to where that goal is achievable. And it's made it so that I feel like I can hit that goal, because it's not forever. It's not this crazy goal, and I just feel like I can hit that. So when you are kind of going through something like this, or you feel like there's something you want to cut out of your life, or maybe you want to add into your life, just set that intention for why are you doing this and how long and when. Do you set those 3 intentions for your new habit or to take something out of your life? So if you want to stop drinking or doing something else, just set an intention and I promise you can achieve it. And you're going to feel better and you're going to feel unstoppable and you're going to feel like if you can do this thing, like whether it be big or small, you can do so many other things you want to do. It just starts with like a mindset shift and one small thing or one thing that you can achieve daily, not do. And then those things will grow and develop and you'll be able to do more and your life will expand more. So I really encourage you, if you feel like you're being called to just take a break from drinking or anything else, do it with me. Send me a DM and let's do it together. So also, I want to know for anyone that has done this, if you are spiritual, which if you're listening to this podcast, you probably are spiritual. I heard this weekend this girl tell me that if you don't drink for 9 months, that something happens like at 9 months that your spiritual awakening like really excels. So I don't know if I'm going to do the 9 months. I kind of want to, but I also like had that July 4th in my head. So we'll just see how I'm feeling. Like if July 4th was tomorrow, I wouldn't drink. Like that's how good I feel. So we'll see, but I'm super interested if you've done a 9-month challenge or a year, like how did it make you feel? Drop a comment below. Let me know. I want to hear from you and how your spiritual awakening was, because I'm all about a spiritual awakening. My spiritual awakening is the best thing that ever happened to me. And spirituality to me is just such a beautiful thing. And it's really your own path. And however you connect with God, source, the universe, divine, whatever that is for you, that's what spirituality is for me. And I just would love for my spiritual awakening to just like be even more incredible than it already is. So, yes. Okay, guys, this week I really want to talk about intuition. I have talked about intuition before, but my intuition led me to the most incredible, amazing weekend in a long, 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 long time. I want to say this. So 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, it might have been 3 weeks ago, my mom had mentioned to me, like, are you going to this conference? And I am not a conference goer. Well, I wasn't. Now I'm like all about a conference. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But she had mentioned to me, are you going to this conference? And I had never heard of it. And so I said no, because I don't really like go to conferences. And so then I ended up like getting on Facebook, which I really don't go on Facebook a lot. And I got like an ad for that same conference that my mom was going to, or my mom was talking about. So when I saw the ad, I clicked on it and I was like looking through the speakers. And it's like, as soon as I clicked on it, I felt this like yes in my body. That's your intuition, by the way. And it was like a absolute 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go moment. And I ended up like deciding right then and there. I didn't know anything about it. I'd never heard of it. I'd never seen anything about it, but I decided right there, like I was going to that 100%. So I called my bestie and I was like, I'm going to this conference. Can you go? I'm not going to invite anyone else. I just feel like I need to be there. I feel inside like I have to go there. And I had kind of been on a path to like find something like this because I listened to a lot of YouTube, but I really wanted to be like in a room with like-minded people, with people that were trying to elevate their lives, with people that know that there's more, they want more, they believe that there's more. And so it's crazy that I was like looking for that. And when you seek, you find. And I found this incredible conference. So she ended up being able to go. So we last minute like booked. This was like on a Sunday. The conference was on a Wednesday. So we last minute booked and got a hotel real quick. the first hotel we had to go that we went to, we left because we all know I live in Florida and this place had too many. We saw 3 baby cockroaches, disgusting, by the way, in the bathroom. And I was like, absolutely not. We're out. So we ended up leaving the hotel. We're like, we're leaving, and we found a great hotel that wasn't really close to the convention, but it was fine. So anyway, we get there, and the conference, like when I went, I was so excited and I didn't really know like why I was going. Again, I just went based off of my intuition. I literally went to this like based off of a feeling, this very strong, it was like a magnetic feeling. And so the conference is called Aspire. So if you guys are in America and this conference is near you and you are looking for self-growth, self-development, self-help, all those things, go to this. It is absolutely top tier, and it honestly changed my life. So we go to the conference. It was a long day. It was like 12 hours. Of course, we were a little late. And one of the guys came out, and he was talking for a while. His name's Andrew, and he was talking all about money. And his name's Andrew Cordell. He talks about money, but he started Aspire with another guy named Eddie. Anyway, they're absolutely incredible people. And when he came out, he was just talking about money. And there were all these signs, which I love signs, while he was talking about, if you don't know why you're here, like this is here. And then obviously there was like if you want to learn more, you have to come to this 3-day masterclass, which was like in a week and a half, like the next weekend. So this past weekend. So I ended up like, again, that magnetic feeling, just like I need to be there. And that's everything that I'm trying to learn. Self-development, all the things, money, finances, just elevating my life, right? So fast forward, we end up going this past weekend, and I can't even tell you guys, like getting in a room of people that are working on being the best version of themselves and elevating their life is such a different experience than I've had on like a completely different level. I have been to real estate conferences and all of that. And, those are definitely people trying to elevate their real estate business. But this was like a room of people, not realtors, people from everywhere, all ages, careers, entrepreneurs, all the things. And when I walked in, it just felt so good to like be somewhere where I knew it was a space I could grow in. And I just felt so like free and open. And what I love about the Aspire conference is it's really full of life, and they really care about you walking away feeling like you were made to be there, and that you're going to learn something, that you're going to learn something, take away something incredible, and meet amazing people. So when I walked into this meeting, like this conference, funny story, I was annoyed because we got there late, which I know I'm really trying to work on my timing. Okay. But I got there late. So we ended up sitting in the back, and it ended up being like the best thing for us to be in the back. When we walked in, there's just nothing that compares to walking into a room where the energy is just like up here and like people are ready to receive. I felt so at home and at peace and just like blessed to be there. And the people and the women and the men that I met was like some of the most top tier human beings ever. And everyone was just so happy and pleasant and really like accepting of just who you are. Like people are just happy you're there and accepting, and like that's it. Like there's no judgment, there's none of that. And I feel like when you can put yourself in situations, and I'm not talking about just conferences, but anywhere in life, if you can just put yourself in situations where you feel called to be there, your life is going to change. Because if I would have felt called to the Aspire conference but never went, the door to open me up to a masterclass that I really needed to go to would have never opened up either. But I had to go through one door to get to the next door. And that is what this entire intuition thing is. Intuition is your internal guiding system. It's that gut feeling inside. It's that thing that you listen to when something feels really good and then something feels really bad. And there's been plenty of times in my life where I didn't feel good about something and I did it anyway. And I looked back and like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. Now, I did learn a lesson. So there's always something to learn. You know, we are supposed to learn things on this journey. So, you know, I don't regret those things, but my life would have been probably a little bit more smooth sailing if I would have listened to my intuition, that gut instinct, that gut feeling. So when you are faced with an opportunity, really like ask yourself, should I do this or should I not? And no matter what the answer is, just be okay with it. Because if the answer is yes, then you know that you can go into this situation, whatever the situation is. You know, you can go into the situation feeling and expecting that you are going to get something from it that's going to help you. And it's going to expand you in some way. Like it's going to be a good thing for you. But when you go against your intuition and you go into a situation that you don't actually feel like you should be going to, and then you get into that situation, you are on defense instead of offense, and you are it's almost like you're like subconsciously expecting something negative to happen. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So for instance, let's say there's a party that is happening. You don't feel like going, you don't feel like you should be there, but you go anyway. When you're somewhere that you don't feel like you should be, you don't perform the best, and your vibration is not high. It's not as high because you don't feel inside like you should be at that party. But when you feel like you should be somewhere, you walk in and you just like, yes, like this is exactly where I'm meant to be. Like I was made to be here right now in this moment for whatever purpose. And you're like expecting something great to happen. And that's exactly how I felt with these conferences. And again, it's been a long time since I've gone to conferences. I think the last conference I went to was in Dallas for real estate in 2022. So now that I've really found myself and been on my journey, I do a lot more things led off my intuition, even like with friendships. There's some friendships that I felt like right now just isn't the right time, maybe later, but right now it doesn't feel right. That is okay to me because I'm really trying to strengthen my intuition muscle. Yeah, like I just think it's fine. I think that we have been taught to act rationally and deal with things that we do based off of reason instead of like our soul and heart's feelings and like how we actually feel inside. Again, I hope like that analogy of the party helped you, because like I feel like that's a good picture of when you use your intuition, how it does affect your life. When you don't feel like you should be somewhere, your energy is lower. When you do feel like you are supposed to be somewhere, your energy is higher. You're literally vibrating at a higher frequency because you feel called to this situation. And I'm not saying you need to feel called to everything in life, okay? But when you are going to go somewhere or make a decision, ask yourself yes or no. And then if you don't really have a feeling, like you're just in the middle, then just make a decision. Do you want to go or do you not want to go? But I do believe that our intuition is literally a sacred gift that God gave us, and it is a muscle. So you do have to use it to really kind of like fine tune it. So I've also heard the example of when like we are like a radio. So we have a radio signal that we're broadcasting out. In your journey to starting to use intuition, or if you have been using it but you want to fine tune it more, it's like every time you use it and don't use it or go against it, just pay attention. And as you do that, you're kind of able to like fine tune your intuition better so that you can like at some point be in complete alignment. And then like there's no doubt in your mind that you're supposed to be there or you're not supposed to be there. When it comes to intuition, I think one of the biggest kind of roadblocks that we will deal with is if you're supposed to be somewhere with other people and you have to tell them that you don't feel good about going, because we're all on different journeys and paths, and maybe where one person needs to go, someone else doesn't need to be. And so just remember that you're on your own path. You are on your own journey. Like when it came to that conference, I told my best friend, if you go, I'm literally love that because I don't want to go alone, but I will go alone and I'm not inviting anyone else because I just really felt like it was like her or me or both of us. Like that was it. And that was just how I felt. And thankfully she was able to go, and we both grew so much and we both learned so much. And being at that conference really just clarified to me that I'm on the right path and I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing right now, which is this, which is showing up, which is continuing to build business, which is continuing to just keep going and focusing on the things that feel good to me and really trying to not do things that don't make me feel good. When you do have these moments that call you, that it's like you're a magnet to it, like you know that you're supposed to go to that thing or schedule that meeting or start that business, like whatever that is. When you get that feeling, just lean into it and don't think about anything else. Only think about the amazing, beautiful, expansive, incredible opportunities that could come to you. When you feel like your intuition is leading you and guiding you towards something, lean into that because it is trying to lead you down the path you're meant to go down. And it will show you the path. The path will start to unravel for you. The path will start to become clear. You'll be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, this is real. This is happening. Like, your manifestations start coming true. Your the things in your life that you want to see for yourself and for your family actually start to happen because you are listening to your internal guiding system and you are letting that kind of be your yellow brick road to life. And I really want to encourage you with that because it's something that I just never used. I never like let my heart guide me, my intuition, heart. Like for me, I feel like it's the same thing. I kind of was always searching for like external things to show me the path. And now that I've had this spiritual awakening and this self growth journey that I've been going down, I'm looking within myself now for the answers instead of outside of myself for the answers. It's been so powerful for me and it's been leading me to incredible places. And I'll share this one story, which I actually don't know if I've shared this before. So if I have, I'm going to share it again because this is like a really intuitive thing that happened to me. So I have a friend and she's into crystals. I think crystals are very powerful. They come from Mother Nature. They are given to us. They are supercharged by the earth. And for me, crystals have done a lot of good in my life. So I had a friend and I was just talking to her. She was telling me that she felt like I should look into moldavite, which is a type of crystal. And once I researched it, looked at it, if I felt like I should get it, she's like, I think moldavite would really help you. Moldavite is a green stone. It was found in 1908 and it has metaphysical properties. It carries both terrestrial and stellar energies. It's typically seen as a very high energy stone and believed to be the source of connectivity. Okay. Oh, wait, one more thing. Those that believe in moldavite's spiritual properties use it to accelerate their personal and spiritual growth. This is cool. This is perfect. This is literally what I want to tell you guys about. So, and this all is going to wrap in with intuition. So my friend told me, look it up. So I did some research and I was like, yep, that's what I want. I need my life to accelerate. Like I needed something to help me. So I ended up calling around some like local spots on a Saturday. It was raining out. And I called around and they're like, we got some. So we have some. So I went over, I picked out a ring because I'm a ring girl. So I actually used to wear it on this finger, my left hand, but I'll tell you where it went. So I get the ring and I had a friend that invited me to her house the night before. She's like, come over. I'm having some friends over. Sorry, it's late notice, but I really want you to come. And at that time, this was January, I was like in a low place. I was not really vibing how I vibe now. And so I ended up like cleaning my house and just spent the day doing that. I got home, cleansed the crystal, and then anyway, I got ready. So as I'm getting ready, I am like putting all my jewelry on and I put the ring on and I literally had a thought in my head that I was going to meet someone that night that was going to help me. And I'm like, it was like the most clear thought. It wasn't like an audible voice. It was just this clear thought that was just like right in my mind. And I was like, literally, like, that was weird. I really didn't want to go to that party, but I did. And I had a thought and that was a thought. So anyway, I go to the party. I'm there hanging out, whatever. This guy ends up walking through the door and we start talking. We're talking about real estate. He's a realtor. Long story short, I ended up joining his real estate team. Like he told me that he has great leads. I'm like, cool. That's what I'm looking for. Called him messaged him the next day. We met Monday and I joined his team right away. That literally catapulted my real estate business. And that happened the night I got the moldavite and I had that thought in my head. It's crazy, but that's intuition. That's what I'm talking about. That is the thing that you have to start paying attention to. And like, if you get these feelings, just do it. Like, don't get caught up in like all the other chaos that can happen. Just focus on your path of least resistance. That is doing the things that you feel called to do in the moment and allowing yourself to just be at peace with it. I am so thankful that that happened like that night. And I really feel like, and there's like a lot of other things that had happened in my life. I do believe the moldavite. And how I lost the moldavite was I was on a boat and we had gotten back, and I looked down and I just had the ring on. Like the crystal like was gone. There was nothing in there. Like it like jumped out. And I started to do some research on this because I'm like, why would I lose my moldavite? So after I was like doing some researching, I was talking about how our crystals like will use us, and then sometimes they'll disappear because they need to go somewhere else, or they need to go to someone else, or they need to go like back to the earth or wherever. And so I really felt like that moldavite like jumped out because it had helped me with what I needed it to help me with. And then it was like, okay, you're good. And I just thought that's like such a cool story to share because first of all, I was raised that that stuff's not real. And in spirituality and in my lifetime of, you know, my journey, I've learned that doing things that feel good to me is so much better than just doing things because I have to do them. I'm not saying that you need to go and get crystals. I'm saying that you need to focus on your intuition, your gut feelings, those moments in your life where something magnetizes to you and you're just like, okay, yep, and just go all in with it. Don't, or no, if you're like, something's like no, and you have that repelling feeling, like, don't do it. Your internal guiding system, your higher self, your intuition, it's all the same, is trying to lead you and guide you in this lifetime to get you on the path to where you need to go. And like for me, I'd been going down the wrong path. And if you listened to my episode last week, you heard the story of the path where my towers came shattering down. And my life woke me up to get me on the path. And ever since I've been here in a new place and I've opened my mind and I've opened myself up to more because I know that there's more. I have this like knowing inside. And I just decided that for me to be the version of myself that I want to be and to be the person I want to be, I just need to do what I want and focus on those things and not worry about what everyone else has to say or what everyone else thinks or doesn't think. Like, I just need to do what I feel called to do. I need to focus on my path and keep moving forward. Every day, just take step by step by step on what feels good to me, what feels right to me, and where I'm feeling led to. Because I really feel like when you start to also go down this path, when you do start listening to your intuition, you like these synchronicities start happening in your life. Things start to come together. And it happens because you're trusting yourself more and you're aligning yourself with where your higher self wants you to be. And to be aligned, you have to trust yourself. You have to trust that inner voice that tells you you're going to meet someone that's going to help you. You're going to go somewhere that's going to make you feel so good. You're going to show up somewhere and meet a new friend, like, or get a new business deal, or get a new creative idea for your business, or whatever it is. But when you can actually start to trust yourself, you start to see that yourself is guiding you to where you're supposed to be. You trust yourself more, and you become more and more and more in alignment. And then more and more good things attract to you, because we live in an attraction based universe, and you attract what you think about, you attract how you feel, you attract what you say, you attract what you don't say, what you think. So if you're thinking bad thoughts, you're going to continue to get those bad thoughts. If you think good thoughts, you're going to continue to attract good things to you, because you are attracting what you are being. So that is really what I wanted to share with you guys today, because I do believe that it's something that I'm doing in my life personally, and it's leading me down a path that I'm so grateful and thankful for. And I'm growing and learning so much. And that's really what I need to be doing, is growing and learning, and never going back to the old Whitney, and really becoming aligned with the version of Whitney that I'm meant to be. And I just keep following that. I keep doing and focusing on the way I feel, and what I feel my inside, my internal self is telling me. So I also read today that 80% of leaders are led by their intuition in business deals, friendships, relationships, whatever it is. They are led by their intuition. And you can also be led by intuition with people. Another word for intuition is discernment, which I'm sure you might heard of. Like discerning, it's the same thing. So when you are, especially with people, because people can put on a mask and be something that they are not, just really listen to your intuition. Just really like tap in, like, how does this make me feel? How does this situation, this place, this party, whatever it is, how does it make me feel? Ask yourself and start allowing yourself to give you the answers, because your higher self wants you to get to where you need to be, and it's always speaking to you. But you really have to tap in and trust that you are being given the answers, and you are being shown the answers. But it's your responsibility to act on those and to do what the calling is calling you. You are the one that has to take the action and watch your world unfold for you. So that's it, guys. I really hope that this made sense, that it helped you in some kind of way. I just hope you took one thing from this message that can help you on your journey. That is really the point of my podcast, is to help you and to share my life experiences with you. And hopefully you share it with someone else, and hopefully it helps you develop your life, love yourself more, be who you're meant to be, express that version of you that you're meant to express. And I know that it's hard to do, but the more that you do it, the more you trust yourself, the more that you develop and grow, the more self-love happens, and the more opportunities that you're given, because you are now becoming aligned with your true self. So I love you guys very much. Please make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this with someone. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If there's anything you want me to talk about, hit me up. I would love to see what I can do for you guys. So I hope you have an incredible week. I hope you stay safe. And I hope that you are blessed forever and ever. Become aligned, follow your intuition. And as always, 5678, let's go. I love you.
Get your hands